Hipkins.
Thank you very much, Mr Speaker. To the Minister of Energy and Resources, how much funding has been granted to date under the biodiesel grant scheme, and is he satisfied with the scheme's progress?
The Honourable Jerry Brownlee.
Mr Speaker, so far the figure granted is $230,332. I don't want to express either satisfaction or dissatisfaction with that, but rather express my profound disappointment that an industry that promised so much has delivered so little despite such extraordinary available subsidy.
Chris Hipkins.
Supplementary to the Minister. How many of the 240 jobs he claimed in May last year would be created by the biodiesel grant scheme have actually eventuated, particularly given only 5 companies have signed up for the scheme, no new companies have signed up since July last year, less than 230,000 of the $36 million has actually been taken up?
The Honourable Jerry Brownlee.
Mr Speaker, as I said, I'm extremely disappointed by the failure of this industry to respond to the government's stimulus. And, Mr Speaker, I think the fact that they have failed serves only as testimony to the mistruths put in front of this House by the member and his colleagues.
Chris Hipkins.
Does he stand by his statement to the House that there is no doubt that the biofuels will play a big part in our energy mix in the future? If so, what is his response to eco-diesel chairperson?
Order. I'd ask members to be... Order, I'm on my feet. That member's lucky I couldn't see who interjected then. All of us at times perhaps get frog in our throat and lose our voices, and so I just invite the member to have a drink of water and members give him a reasonable chance to ask his question. Chris Hipkins.
Thank you very much, Mr Speaker. I have another go. Does he stand by his statement to the House that there is no doubt that biofuels will play a big part in our energy mix of the future? And if so, what is his response to eco-diesel chairperson Lindsay Ferguson's comment that the scheme will only work for small-scale producers and those who, quote, are not the future of the biodiesel industry in New Zealand?
The Honourable Jerry Brownlee.
Mr Speaker, I stand by my statement that biodiesel will play a bigger role in the provider fuel in the future, simply because I think that's what will happen. I don't put a time frame on that, but the reality is that if people don't buy the product, you can't sell it, and that's the problem the industry's got. They've failed to sell the product.
Chris Hipkins.
Supplementary to the Minister.
Order. I say to the Labour front bench, give their colleague a chance. Chris Hipkins.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. Supplementary. Why should the public of New Zealand have any confidence in anything that this minister says when his biodiesel grant scheme has been a total flop? The revised energy strategy he's been promising for 18 months hasn't eventuated. His electricity industry bill has been panned by critics, and his plan to mine national parks has been left in tatters. Or is this just the usual standard of ministerial performance people can expect under a national government?
The Honourable Jerry Brownlee.
Well, I think, Mr Speaker, the crackly voice performance we heard before indicates that this is a very young man, and none of what he said is true.
Question number 12, Tim McIndoe.
Tēnā koe te mana whakaua. My question is to the Minister of Transport. What efficiency improvements are the government making to the road transport system?
Honourable Stephen Joyce.
Mr Speaker.